Okay, February 10, 9:39 a.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 1. Ballot number 3.
Where's number 5? Oh wait, wrong song.
No, we have we need number 20. There are 20 people of us here.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, I need to defeat some dragons. I don't want to defeat dragons. Ugh.
Yeah, hi guys, this is MegaDragonoid playing together with Shira and Justin, and we're doing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney.
Yeah, make sure you sit back, relax, and just having a drink or a snack.
Or pop some popcorn, or maybe or maybe lunch, or dinner. What do you prefer?
Okay, let me see.
I'm definitely having after a little moment, a little bit of a pizza bread.
Ew, in the morning?
Actually, more for lunch. But yeah.
Ew. Ew.
Hey, I like it.
Good morning. Oh, are you by yourself?
Duh.
Morning, Pearls.
Mr. Nick, please tell me what's going to happen to Mystic Maya.
I'm sorry. I don't know yet. We don't know yet. The investigation is still going on. I wasn't allowed in the inner temple.
Oh, I see.
Bird.
Early.
So innocent, so cute.
So is Sister Iris still trying to remove those stray clocks in the trading hall?
Are you hiding that? No, she's the defendant in this case, but she can't be at the inner temple. She's required to be here in court.
And how come she's not here in the defendant lobby? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. What scoop?
She's screwed.
I have to admit, it is kind of strange.
If you're looking for Iris, she's in the prosecutor's lobby.
Why do I feel this is Edgeworth?
Got it. Nicely done, bro.
That was just amazing. Like, I was going to call it, and like straight up, got it. Edgeworth, what's Iris doing over there?
She's going over today's testimony with the prosecutor as we speak.
Uh-oh, got it. Today's testimony?
You heard me. Iris is going to be testifying as a witness for the prosecution.
Uh-oh.
Do we free Mystic Maya then?
Wait, what? Say what?
Say what, bitch?
Boom. Come on, phone. Ooh, 100%. Nice, that's the first time I have that. So I'm doing a kind of fun game, guys. I'm doing Power Rangers on my phone. I don't know what it was called again. Kind of forgot. Oops. Wait, what?
The prosecutor is squeezing her for a confession. Or so I heard.
Uh-oh. Francesca from Karma, what are you up to? I don't get tickets for Francesca. I think it's got it. I guess he didn't got it.
I know what you're thinking, but Francesca isn't going to be the prosecutor today.
Hold it. What? Uh-huh. What? Then who is?
Of course, would be, but got it.
Told you. I knew it was got it. Got it?
And Vector is engaged in some important work at the Sacred Cavern.
Is that what gave it you? Did it mean that she is?
Moment.
Uno momento. Uno momento.
Un momento.
Un momento, por favor.
Exactly. She has been out there all night, trying to remove those pick locks. With the head nun's assistance, naturally. We estimate that the last of the locks should be taken care of in about 3 hours.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they're actually able to get them off? Huh, how about that?
Let's hope so.
I hope everything continues to go smoothly, and we receive some good news soon.
Yeah. You can go. Oh, you already said this. Yeah, thanks, Edgeworth.
You got it. Intends to nail this case shut today.
There's no vampires in this game. Even kind of funny, it's around Halloween at the moment.
Be prepared to fight for there's no tomorrow.
You don't have to tell me that.
Touché. I can already see it in your eyes. Everything okay, Danny?
Yeah, everything is okay.
Alright. You're not the same fever-ridden, frantic maniac you were yesterday.
It's strange. On the way here, I decided today will be the end of all this. Most immediately after I made the decision, I felt myself getting stronger.
Interesting. Maybe you passed your cold onto someone else. Literally. And with that, I leave the rest in your capable hands, partner.
Oh, we are the spot I claim. Thanks. We're partners in crime. I still don't have answers for most of the riddles. Plodge in this case. Beep 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 beep. Circumstances around the murder of Melise Dorsman. No, I mean Misty Faye. The impossible flight Larry claimed to have seen. And what that woman is really after. Revenge!
My revenge!
I will solve them all and bring this whole tragedy to an end.
Fingers crossed.
February 10 a.m. Courtroom number 7.
Wait, from 1 to 7 in one shot? Huh?
Well, they were in a hallway, I suppose.
Apparently, yeah.
Look, it's a smirk
Oh,
again.
this guy! Nice! Court
Yep.
is now in session for the trial of Iris of Hasukura Temple.
What? Your Honor? What are you?
Who, me? Well, my little brother came to visit me in my chambers earlier this morning. All of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, he developed a scorching fever and fainted. Oh.
I know what happened. We passed it over. Like, yes.
Although, that doesn't make any sense because you would have to be, like, super up close to him, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Therefore, I'll be staying in for him.
I see, Your Honor. So they are brothers. That explains a lot. Yeah, we saw resemblances. The other looked like a Super Saiyan, the other looked like a bald Krillin.
Nice one. My poor brother, he looked a bit pale. Not to mention sad that he couldn't be here.
And there's the coffee again. It is impossible to predict what the future has in store for any of us. That's precisely where people feel the need of to judge the past. And we of the court have been charged with solemn duty of passing such judgment.
Well said, Mr. Goddard. I understood exactly what you said, at least up until the end, anyway. Now then, Mr. Goddard, please proceed with your opening statement.
Humans are fragile beings. Our hearts change with the shifting of the tides. There's only one thing that remains constant in this crazy world. The bitter darkness that lies at the bottom of this mug. Huh?
Guess he means the coffee, bean?
I don't know what he actually means.
So then, you mean... forget it. What do you mean?
And like, he's like, I know exactly. Wait, I know exactly what you mean. Forget it! During yesterday's trial, the accuser refused to admit her role in the crime. But today, she had a change of heart. Sister Iris of Sakura Temple have a confession to make.
Confession? The defendant?
Iris, why didn't she discuss this with me first?
Very well. This court will now hear the defendant's confession.
Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask her for her name and profession. Is one of my rules.
My name is Iris. But I'm a simple nun undergoing training at the Hazakura Temple.
Witness, is there something that you want to confess to?
Yes, but first I want to apologize to Mr. Wright. I can't continue lying to everyone anymore.
It's alright. What is it?
Mr. Wright, I have to admit, I did play a part in this terrible incident.
Are you actually confessing? Are you saying that you were the one who murdered Miss Elise Tottenham?
No, I'm not, Your Honor. But I dealt with a cover-up after the murder took place. After her spirit left, I took the lifeless shell of Mystic Elise and carried it to the Hazakura Temple courtyard, where I desecrated it.
Order in the court! Order! Witness, are you saying you were an accomplice to the murder?
Yes, that's correct.
What? 3 minutes in court and already covered in a cold sweat. Ha! Everyone's on the planet is an accomplishment to something. It just happens to be that in this case it's to murder. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Wow! How? That's
Isn't
got
that
it.
right? Right? Right, right. Are we timing here? Or are we running in footery or are we weapon? That's what, Mr. Wright.
But this is the confession they were conferring about. Pains me to say this, but it looks like Iris' testimony was all a lie. Now then, little lady, if you don't mind, I got a question for you. Whose crime were you trying to cover up by your actions? I heard I was covering for someone. I'm definitely up Greek without a paddle or a life jacket.
I have been in the Hazakura Temple ever since I was a little girl. Hazakura Temple is run by one of the broad families of the Korean tradition. One of our missions is to protect the main family.
I'm sorry, but main family?
Yes, and that's why I would dirty myself if needs be to protect her. The daughter of the master of the Korean channeling technique, Mystic Maya Faye. So that's why she maybe locked her up? That could be
Huh?
true. I think he was the one that locked Mystic Maya up in the case what happened in the incident to protect her from that evil.
Yeah, but
Because
still.
somebody is trying to murder as well, Mystic Maya. Don't you see it? All the coins are coming together.
But what the weird part is, Why went somebody to kill Misty Faye?
Because the mother discovered that she was the mother of Mystic Maya.
Yeah, but she wanted to pass stuff to her daughter. She said to herself that, well, there was information about that she want to pass on the rights of the master to her. There was nothing else. But she also noticed there was an evil appearance coming. And now we know Morgan is involved as well, which...
Yeah.
Huh?
I have a theory, and I think I might be right, but I don't want to say things.
Well, just go with your theory, because we're already at close end game.
Actually, no, we're not.
What do you mean?
We've got two more. Apparently, we've got two more trials that we have to take part of in the online story thing. Two more chapters, I guess you could say.
Okay.
Yeah, but I do have a theory.
Well, just still tell your theory without it is an actually spoiler if you have read it.
No, I haven't read it.
Okay.
It's just a theory. It's just a theory.
Go ahead.
Well, we established that Morgan Fay, is somehow related to Dahlia in the last episode, if I remember.
And not only that, also related to Iris.
That's right, and possibly also related to Little Pearl.
No, Pearls we know already from the previous game. Remember that?
So, okay. I must have remembered that wrong then, okay.
Pearls we already knew one game beforehand. Because that was the murder that put Maya into jail again, remember?
Yeah. Okay, so we know that. And we also know that Dahlia Hawthorne died. Well, we have been told that she's dead by Edgeworth.
Mm-hmm.
So here's my theory, and like I said, it's just a theory at this point. It might not be true. It might be completely wrong. But my theory is that Morgan Fay used Maya Fay to contact Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit, is for some reason, like, somehow managed to trick her into doing that, maybe? I'm not quite sure.
Well,
that's where my theory kind of falls flat. But she possibly used Maya to contact Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit while at Hazakura, and then Dahlia's taken over Maya's body, and that is why Maya would want to use Iris's help in getting rid of the Mystic.
Well, maybe yes, maybe not.
It's not a completely solid theory. It could be completely wrong.
Well, the only wrong part is Maya hasn't actually read the papers, or actually wasn't the receiver of the papers. It was actually Pearls.
That's true. But that doesn't stop me. That doesn't stop Morgan Fay from at least trying to convince Maya to do something about it.
But we still don't know what happened. What my theory and your theory is basically is that what if Maya found those papers that Pearl were getting and read that particular paper with that picture, and then she was like, I have to prevent this from happening. And that's probably what's happening right now.
Shall we get further, please?
Yeah, let's continue.
Before I fall asleep here.
Bonk. Huh?
Not like that. Not like that.
Good, good, good. Wake up and smell the coffee, Wright. He's naming Maya?
Order in the court. So, not only did you witness the murder, you know the name of the murderer.
Terribly sorry, but it is true. I saw her commit the crime with my very own eyes. And then I cleaned up the area to try to protect her.
That's ridiculous. Maya should never do.
The defense will refrain from commenting until the appropriate time. Now, witness, let's hear your testimony.
You're a line, Justin.
Oh, sorry, I thought it said, what exactly happened on the night of the crime?
Yes, Your Honor.
I thought I was prepared for the unexpected, but I never imagined the case would wind up going in this direction. Oh, it's happening again.
The real murderer. I went to the inner temple that night, and I saw it all happen in the garden. I saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with her staff. While Mystic Maya was still struggling, Mystic Elise moved in to deliver the fatal strike. Mystic Maya tried desperately to defend herself and stole the weapon. It was only in self-defense. You can't blame her for it.
It was in self-defense?
Yes, Mystic Elise was the one who attacked first.
Is there developing?
That's why I tried my best to protect Mystic Maya.
You moved the victim's body to the temple so Maya wouldn't be suspected. Isn't that right? Too bad you got the instincts of a true criminal. Something not quite right. I'm sure it was the assailant yesterday that Iris would never went to the inner temple that night. It's the person who did was that woman. Iris even admitted it.
Now then, Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination.
Okay, hit me, Watson.
Alright, so you gotta press on the third statement.
Third. Here we go. Third. She moved in to deliver the fatal strike.
Yes, I'm sure of it. She threw down her staff and reached into her robe for a weapon.
Wait a minute. Was this the weapon?
It was some kind of dagger.
Dagger, huh? And at least Dogsman tried to stab her with this weapon to kill Mrs. Faye.
Yes, exactly.
Huh. You look like I did after I mistaken a little swig of my
Worcestershire sauce.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's always a hard one to pronounce.
Worcestershire sauce.
Do you have a problem with your testimony you were hearing from your client, lawyer boy?
Oh boy.
Do I have a problem with Iris' testimony? How do y'all feel that?
There is one thing.
Your Honor, I have a small problem with this witness testimony.
You do? But this witness is your own client.
Yes, well, nevertheless, that's fine. Witness, let's add your last testament to the testimony.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
It's
just a
my
minute.
job to say that.
It's my job to say that.
Listen, Gramps, I won't say it again. Final judgment will be rendered by me. I think I have the most badass character of them all. Think about it. Okay, now let's continue.
So,
Why do I feel what it is?
the victim staff on the
How did I knew?
thing.
Am I right?
You are right.
Sister Iris, there's something strange about your version of events.
Huh?
Miss Dogsman throwing her stuff away makes no sense at all to me.
But all you can do with a staff is someone. I'm probably stabbing somebody.
Naturally, you wouldn't know this, Sister Iris, but the victim's staff had a special feature about it. As you can see, it's a sword. If the Logsman really had wanted to kill Maya Fey, she wouldn't have needed to use a separate dagger. Not when she already had a beautiful blade in her hands already. Well, Sister Iris, what do you have to say?
I...
Oh, there's my second coffee. There was an impressive bit of investigation, Wright. Never would have thought there was a sword hidden in that staff, but even so, how could I put this? A long sword is unwielded and thus quite inefficient in close quarter combat. Maybe that's why she needed to choose a dagger over a blade. Well... Anyway, the type of weapon she choose to use isn't what's important. More important is that she tried to kill Maya Fey. As long as there's nothing strange about that, there's no problem with her testimony. But there is something strange about this whole testimony.
Well, Mr. Wright, the prosecution has a point.
Very well, Your Honor. The defendant will now present the evidence to back this argument.
Mr. Wright!
I have another piece of evidence that showed that this testimony can be trusted. Because Mr. Galise Osman will never take the life of Maya Fey.
You have to present her profile, so Elise Dawson's profile.
Okay. Elise Osman would never attack Maya Fey.
How can you be so sure?
Because the victim's real name wasn't Elise Darksman. Her real name was Misty Faye.
Missy Faye?
Who is this Misty Faye? Is she related to...
Misty Faye is the master of the crane chanting techniques. She's also the mother of Maya Faye.
Are you serious?
Is it really true, Mr. Wright? Was Elise Darksman actually the great mystic Misty?
There's no doubt about it. Like Iris had no idea.
I can hardly believe it.
The idea that she would have tried to kill her own daughter, one she hadn't seen in 17 years. Perhaps the prosecution can offer some explanation why she do such a thing.
Woohoo! Arrow in the butt. Overheated, need iced coffee. Come, Santa Claus.
Wrong with you, grumpiness.
Order! Order in the court! Upon first hearing the witness's testimony, it seemed natural enough. However,
Moment.
in light of some facts that have just been presented,
Huh?
one, that the victim supposedly threw away a sword during a fight, and two, that the two people battling to the death were mother and daughter, despite the facts being believable when taken on their own. When taken together, the entire story seems difficult to believe.
Listen, there's something in this world that's impossible. Except for one little
Nothing is
thing.
impossible.
Nope, nothing is impossible. The only
Nothing
thing
is
that's impossible is the impossible.
What's impossible is possible.
Yes? What is this one little impossible thing?
Ah, you still don't get it. You think maybe my beans are under roosted, but you have no idea, Gramps.
They fully roasted.
Can you get to your point? I heard this witness confession this morning. Just I had taken the first sip, my 8th cup of morning coffee.
You're going to ruin your health, my friend.
Anyway, after hearing this woman's confession, I had a detective who loves to investigate sent to the scene of the crime.
Gummy Shoe Bear!
And he discovered this little beauty.
Is that the dagger the witness testified to see?
Professor, up there. Chapo.
Obviously, Your Honor.
But do you think not notice something else?
It has jam on it.
Now that you mention it, if you look closely, there appears to be blood on it.
You don't say.
Ah, a bloody brat.
Jammy taste. Strawberry.
Where did you find that? I didn't see it when I was investigating the crime scene. They investigate the pine tree at the crime scene. Huh? Pine tree? The dagger was stuck in the backside of the pine tree. The last blow was struck, the end of a fatal battle between the two women. This little baby was thrown in the direction of the back of the pine tree. Pine tree?
Yep, pine tree. That's a tree, what you see right now.
That big one with that close with that fountain thingy?
Yeah, that's a pine tree.
Huh. I was more thinking that was like a bonsai tree or something. But then a bigger version.
No, the bonsai tree is smaller.
Yeah, that's what I know. Learn something new.
Which means the blood on this dagger belongs to the victim, correct?
Were you even listening, old man? I first heard this conversation this morning, just as I had taken the first sip, my 13th coffee of the morning coffee. Did you not say it was your 18th just a few minutes ago? I didn't have enough time to get the blood analyzed on such short notice. Yachipu!
Sorry. In any case, the court will accept the dagger as evidence. Furthermore, I order that a blood test be performed on it immediately. Why was that not done beforehand?
And new.
This is my sweetheart. Make sure you treat her right.
Your wife.
Bailiff, get this piece of evidence to the crime lab for testing immediately.
Yep.
To the court record.
That was my first battle of coke.
Now then. The testimony we've just heard had numerous unbelievable aspects to it. However, after having found the very dagger the witness spoke of, I believe we can consider her testimony to be credible. So now there's 3 murder weapons. Great.
Interesting. And the first murder weapon wasn't the murder weapon.
This is getting more and more convoluted, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cute girl. Never mind. Ever said, oh my god.
Cute girls never lie, ever. Huh? Pardon? We know a particular cute girl that did lie, and she was kinda our girlfriend at the time. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right. I remember that well.
Uh-huh. Come.
In any case, witness, if you could please testify again to this court.
About what, Your Honor?
About the incident you saw, the battle between the 2 women.
Uh-oh.
Actually,
Yes, Your
guys, I'll be
Honor.
back in a minute. I really need to go to the toilet.
Need to go potty. Hi, Mom. I need to go potty. The
Oh.
battle.
Bow.
Mystic Maya stumbled bravely after being hit over the head with the staff. But then she dodged Mystic Lee's next attack and stole her weapon. Suddenly, Mystic Elise was one of the defensive with her back to the stone lantern.
Uh-oh. Yow.
Blood. That's when Mystic Maya stabbed Mystic Elise. Mystic Elise managed to fling the knife away, but then she collapsed.
Then my bigger question. Where is it? Bottom is Liz. That wasn't it. No. Oh, it's not there. Weird. Well, we know both of them that of the weird thing. Okay, now we have to wait for Justin. Now we have to wait for Justin Pooh.
What a very heartbreaking story.
Artie! Artie's life.
That is a very heartbreaking story. I managed to see have tears in my eyes right now. I don't know why I'm tearing up.
I don't know either.
Such a sweet girl like you shouldn't be evil.
Somehow you are. Wait, what?
Justin Pooh.
I hope Maya is okay. And
I
that's
hope so
right,
too.
Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah, something is going on what I not can quite get yet. Oops. Ba, 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 da, ba, 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 ba.
The Halloween event is already started, right? Lenny,
I heard it.
did you do it?
No, sadly not.
Where?
Wait, where is that? Oh, there. My, my brain did fart.
Brain fart.
Yeah, I have to put a video on. Actually, edit. Boop. Oh, not that glitch again. Shh. First the glitch on my homepage of YouTube, and now the glitch within the video editing part. You gotta love it. Where was it? Oh wait, that was not what I want. But up. That music we had for that one.
I'm back.
Oh, we don't have to
Welcome.
do that.
Welcome back. Breaking story, Justin.
Ah,
What did she
Jesus.
say? I missed it.
Well, she said her line about what she saw, what Maya did to her mother, of course. And when she is explaining it, after that, the judge said,
That's a very heartbreaking story.
so get emotional about this.
It's a very heartbreaking story.
I don't know if there were any bad feelings between them, but I had been 17 years since Mystic Missy's disappearance. Perhaps they simply didn't recognize each other anymore.
Yeah, they don't remember each other. Whoop-de-doo.
Oopsie daisy.
Seems reasonable. Now then, Mr. Wright, proceed with your cross-examination.
Well, hit me.
Hit me,
Alright,
bro.
so you need to present the autopsy report on the number 4, false statement.
This one.
Four. This one.
Am I right?
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Autopsy report. Where the data? Wait, oh, there. Something about you just isn't right today, Iris. Until now, I didn't think you were the type of making such careless mistake. However, the testimony you just gave us contains quite a few contradictions. Yeah, I was reading it wrong.
What do
Sorry.
you mean? What's so wrong about my testimony?
According to you, Maya Fey stabbed the victim while we had her back to the stone lantern, correct?
That's right.
But in that case, the victim should have been stabbed in the stomach, right?
Yes, I think so.
But according to the autopsy report, cause of death was due to blood loss from a stab wound in her back. It proves that the victim was stabbed from behind, not from the front. Sister Iris, it appears another seed of doubt has sprouted from your testimony.
What? What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright?
Huh. It's simple. People are like books. We all got a front and back. You get my drift?
Yeah, yours full of coffee stains. I know, Godot.
Is that all you have to say?
I can also say that the darkness loves to play with the human mind. Could you please knock it off with the cheesy forbits and ignorable metaphors already?
Illogical.
Logical, sorry. The point is, too much of this testimony doesn't make sense. Throwing away a useless staff to people fighting being mother and daughter. And now she's false claiming the victim was be stabbed in the stomach.
certainly are some inconsistencies.
Well, Iris, how about it?
Well, it's just.
If you ask me, you're just a bit being too naive about the whole thing. What do you mean? There are 253 distinct types of bitterness in coffee. But to pick each one requires a total concentration of use of all the senses. But you're really concentrating on what the witness actually said.
Good God, explain yourself.
The witness was quite unmodest about her own crap.
Okay.
Uh,
The witness was quite
ambiguous?
unambiguous about her own ambiguities when she said.
Ambiguities. So
Yeah,
she was unambiguous and about her own ambiguities.
Okay, thank you. That the garden was dark and she couldn't see clearly. A human needs one thing to see clearly, and that is light.
Light?
By the way, did you know Hazard could have a rule that on lights at night when the acolyte is at the inner temple training, the stone lantern in the garden must be lit. Kept lit. I did wonder what the stone lantern was there for.
Whoa, if that's true. Shouldn't the witness have been able to see the crime more clearly?
Normally, yes, Your Honor. But according to the head nun, Sister Bikini, on the night of the crime, it was impossible to light that stone lantern. Impossible? It hadn't been used in a long time. The wick was no good. In other words, it had to been clearly nearly pitch black in the garden that night. There could have been a faint light coming from the training hall. That's all.
Most enlightening.
Wait a minute. But the bell was rang. The lights out. What about this? This is also still a thing. And we know it was for a fact because there was fire.
And we also know for a fact that this happened roughly around the same time.
Yeah.
The picture is swapped.
I know, but still the fire was also there.
Yeah.
So that was also a light source. Yes, the illuminating fact has chased all the contradictions away. If the staff was dropped, it should be difficult to see. It also explains why they didn't recognize each other. We can't see the demons that lurk in the night. That's why humans are weak. Isn't that right, Wright? No!
Order! Order! Order!
Here, Your Honor. Let me present the stone lantern in evidence. Maybe it will rekindle the flame of truth in your mind. How did he brought it all the way here?
I think he just took a picture of it, that's all.
Yeah, that's only a logical explanation because you can't move it. It's freaking huge. Why is the judge just sitting there with a look on his face? What's wrong, Your Honor? Was the flame too hot?
This lantern, there's something written on it.
Huh?
Why? It's written in blood.
Oh boy. But the judge didn't know about that yet.
Apparently neither they got it.
Yep, written in blood.
Dot dot dot.
Dot dot dot.
It says Maya upside down.
Okay, I want to
Wow.
know.
You figured it out quick, huh, Judge?
It can only be or that they brought the photo. They brought a photo, or they literally took the lantern with them.
I mean, that would be literally impossible, right? I mean, it's a huge stone lantern.
True, but still, it is possible. What the?
Oh, yes, that's right. After being cornered and then stopped by Mystic Maya, Mystic Elise didn't fall down right away. She must have been writing it on the stone lantern behind her, with the blood that was draining out of her body.
Oh, she shouldn't become a harlot.
Still doesn't make sense. Sorry, it still doesn't make sense.
Well, definitely you have still some strength left because Mia did the same thing, remember?
It certainly looks that way.
Hang on just a minute. Error. What are y'all talking about?
What do you mean? What are we all talking about?
We're talking about the message written in blood. Huh, nonsense. This lantern, it's clean as a whistle. Could it be? Couldn't he can't see the bloody writing at all? Ah, I think of it. He did say something to me yesterday. My eyes are pretty messed up. Everything, even with these huge goggles on my head, I can't see everything. That means that that's what he meant by that.
In any case, this obviously is an important clue. We now know that the crime scene was dark, and that the victim scrawled this message on the stone lantern. Well, Mr. Goddard, anything further? Mr. Goddard?
Sorry. Okay then, let's move on. God is literally shaking. Somehow I don't think it's from the caffeine overdose.
I believe it has now been established that Miss Dorkson was killed by Maya Fey.
That's just wrong. Now it's the turn. Now it's time to turn the attention to you.
Yes, sir.
After the victim died, you did something, didn't you? Let's hear it. We're all ears. Except for me. I'm all goggles.
I goggle up.
After Mystic Elise died, I called out Mystic Ma to Mystic Maya. I thought it was my duty to protect the future master of the Korean tradition. But, so I removed the body from the inner temple by myself. I dragged it behind me in the way across the ski bridge. Then I used the snowmobile to carry it back to Hazakura Temple and... I used the Shitu after to alter the way the wound looked.
So you moved the body.
Yes, I was raised at Hazakura Temple. A great deal of things of the Fey clan. But even so, I never imagined. After Elise Dexian was actually Misty Fey. I committed a terrible sin. I committed a terrible sin.
I was hearing something.
A terrible trick of fate.
Believe you're looking at a twist of fate, Your Honor.
I intend to return to the inner temple after taking care of the body. But
You were spotted by the head numb, correct?
yes, and that's why I couldn't go back.
Your
There's-
story makes sense, I suppose. Mr. Wright, go ahead with your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay, hit me.
I need to press on the 5th statement and then ask about the track.
Yeah, now you distract me, bro. One thing at a time. One, two, three, four. This one.
Yes.
Press. The snowbound? I knew that would show up sooner or later.
Yes, I had the key. I used the snowmobile to travel from Hazakura Temple to Dusky Bridge.
This is the part that was in question the other day. Should I ask more detail? What do you
About the
say?
tracks, bro.
Okay. If you really did move her body by the snowmobile, then there should be tracks left in the snow, right?
Oh yes, naturally you would expect tracks.
This picture presented at yesterday's trial. Are there tracks from that ride?
Yes, I think they are.
But I can only see one set of tracks here.
Hey, let's see what's strange about that. Snow was still falling when I left Asakura Temple.
Something's not right about that.
Yep.
I see. Snow was still falling, huh?
Then the murder took place. It all had already stopped. That's why they are such fresh-looking tracks.
How about it, Mr. Wright? What do you think of the testimony?
It's very important.
It's Yeah, it's very important.
When the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. It doesn't make sense if you stack up against the other evidence. Your Honor, I like to state Iris just made an... I like the statement Iris just made added to the testimony.
But does it have the case?
All will be made clear if you allow her testimony to be added to the record. Ah, this should be fun. You, let's get this no business cleared up, shall we?
Yes, sir.
Well, bro, what do we need to do now?
Right, so you need to present the weather data on... It says on the fourth statement, number 4, but...
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, apparently you need to present the weather data on that one.
Okay. Yeah, it works. You claim that the snow had already stopped when the murder occurred. But I'm sorry, Iris. That just isn't possible.
Huh?
This is the weather data from the night of the murder. According to this, the snow didn't stop until 10:50. But you couldn't have crossed Dusky Bridge at the time.
Why do you say that?
Because 5 minutes before the snow stopped, Dusky Bridge was struck by lightning and had caught on fire.
What did you say? The bridge, it was on fire.
You don't mean to say you didn't know about it? It was because of that lightning strike that the bridge burned down.
What? But it can't be.
It looks like you still haven't figured it out. No matter how hard you try to deceive or conceal the truth, you can't pull the wool over the eyes of a real defense attorney.
Order! Order! Order!
The bridge was already on fire when the accident took place. That's right, the inner temple was already cut off from the outside world. There's no way you could have crossed the bridge. Body or no body.
Witness! Even my patience has its limit. Any further lying and I will find you in contempt of court. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
The only person here that is truly
Contemptible?
Contemptible is you. Old man!
Me? How dare you?
Whatever this when is lying or not doesn't mean squat right now. What? The important thing now is to find out the truth, isn't that right?
Yes, of course, but...
Whatever it was snowing or not snowing, whatever the bridge was burning or not, that there are two facts that can't be disputed. First, the body of the exhaustment was discovered at her Sakura Temple courtyard. Second, the head numb, Sister Bikini. Witness Iris decelerating Elise Dogman's body. He's making a good point on both accounts.
That's right, I'm not lying.
What are you claiming this time?
I wasn't myself at all that night.
Yeah, the bigger picture still remains.
I wasn't myself at all that night.
I know, just I'm still trying to figure something out.
So my memory is still somewhat hazy.
You should have stood with the witness stand and testified this entire time. Are you telling now that your memory of that night is hazy? It's only human to err. If you are so perfect, right? Maybe you can explain this the court. Well, what is it? When the murder happened, the bridge was already burned down. But somehow the body traveled all across the bridge, was found at the temple courtyard. Perhaps you have some perfect explanation for this little magic trick. Well, not exactly, no. I know there must be some way to get see across that burned out bridge. Unless I can somehow demonstrate it, I will never know the truth.
It looks like the defense is not prepared to offer a suitable explanation.
You see what I mean? In other words, you're in no position to suggest this lady testimony isn't the truth. Yak!
Then let's hear your testimony once more.
About what, Your Honor?
You've admitted that you moved the victim's body. Nevertheless, your prior testimony contained a rather large inconsistency. Please add an explanation for that to your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor.
Will this be her final testimony? Oh, another one.
Honor, I'm walking over the bridge. There was no way to move the body. So, they must have just gotten confused, I guess. Was snow still falling? Or had it stopped? Does it really matter that much? Or are you saying that they are on the way to question the burning bridge?
just a misunderstanding, I see.
Here's a photo of the Dusky Bridge after it burned down from the lightning blast. It was taken on the morning after the incident.
It certainly was burned to a crisp, and one of the suspension wires even snapped. It's amazing the whole bridge didn't fall. Huh?
Yeah, kind of weird.
Clearly, it would be impossible to carry a corpse across the bridge in this condition.
Unless I do something that discredits this testimony, it's going to be demanded as the truth, and Maya will be accused of murder. Right, I'm only going to say this one more time. Huh? It's only human to error, and only humans can spot errors of our ways. The more sense he makes, the less sense he makes.
That doesn't even make sense itself. Alright, Mr. Wright, please begin your final cross-examination.
Yay, the final one! Oh.
Final countdown.
But this is sadly where we're gonna end up for this week, guys. If you liked the content so far, make sure to hit that sexy follow button. You can also hit the notification bell when you're going to see me live or put up a video. You can also go to twitch.tv/MegaDragonoid where I'll be streaming. You can also go to tvno.com/MegaDragonoid where I'll be putting down my art. And if you want to go to the Discord server or Twitter page, Twitter page, it's in the description below. And if Sharon and Justin want to do theirs, they can.
If you want to go to YouTube, search for Princess Sira live shop, and there you have it.
And if you want to go to my YouTube, it's Just Parodies Man. My Twitch is Just Parodies Minor, and my DeviantArt is Dr. Chester the First.
And there you go. So we wish you all a good day, a good week, and peace, my operators. Have a nice day.
Peace.